Have you ever been there? You know, you're chasing something specific, maybe that career milestone or a certain figure in your bank account.
Yeah. Or that big goal you've set.
Exactly. And you finally grasp it and,
Yeah.
well, you feel surprisingly hollow.
Mm-hmm. It's a known phenomenon.
It really is. And for me, that was a huge turning point. I realized that, a truly rich life isn't really something you build from the outside in. It's built from the inside out.
And that shift, that whole shift in perspective is exactly what we want to explore in this deep dive. It's our mission, really.
Right.
We're going to explore what it genuinely means to live richly. And not rich in that luxury lifestyle kind of way, but more soulful, deeply satisfying.
Yeah, soulful. That's a good word.
Our sources for this, they span, psychology, philosophy, even some economics, but they all seem to point to this one truth: understanding your own definition of a rich life. That helps you start living with more clarity, more calm, and honestly, more joy.
That resonates so much. I mean, I remember when my idea of success was just this simple checklist.
Like what?
Oh, get the degree, get the good job, earn well, save up, maybe travel sometimes. It seemed logical, smart even.
The standard path.
Totally. But even when I was hitting those marks, I just found myself feeling, well, tired, uninspired, and strangely disconnected from myself. And that's when my questions started to change. Really fundamentally, it wasn't, how can I be more successful anymore?
So what were you asking instead?
More like, do I feel alive, truly alive? Or do I feel love around me and I actually giving my time to things that matter to me? Those quiet questions started everything shifting.
And this is where the research offers such a compelling insight, isn't it? You can have all the things people call rich, all the stuff, and still feel poor inside.
Poor in what way?
Poor in time, maybe poor in connection, poor in peace. It's, there's this concept in positive psychology, hedonic adaptation. Yeah, there was that landmark study, on lottery winners. It basically showed that after the initial excitement, happiness levels tend to go back to where they were before.
So the big external win doesn't last internally.
Exactly. It doesn't create lasting fulfillment. But conversely, you can live quite simply, materially speaking, and feel deeply full. Because richness, true richness, it isn't about your possessions. It's about your perception. It's not about your net worth. It's about how deeply you feel, how freely you love, how fully you live.
And so many of us have felt that, haven't we? That little nagging feeling that something's missing even when you're working hard, chasing goals.
Yeah.
It's not failure, though. It feels more like an inner compass asking you to come home to what truly matters.
Well put.
And connecting this back to our sources, it suggests the whole idea of a rich life doesn't start with adding more stuff or more achievements.
No, it starts with asking better questions, deeper questions.
Like what sort of questions?
So things like, what quietly lights you up inside? Or when do you feel most at peace? What makes you forget time because you're just so present, so moved, so alive?
Right, the simple things, often.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is how often these moments are, well, they're free or they cost very little.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, think about a conversation with someone who really sees you, really gets you. Or maybe just a morning walk with nothing in your ears but birds in the wind.
Yeah.
Or even a simple homemade meal that warms you in a way takeout never could. These things might not impress anyone on Instagram,
Huh, right.
but they nourish you. And that's real wealth, according to our sources. So today, that's what we'll dive into. What makes life feel truly abundant? We'll look at things like time, love, purpose, and presence.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When we talk about a rich life, the first thing, it seems, that a lot of our sources highlight is time.
Absolutely. Time.
It's the one thing you can't get back, right? The ultimate non-renewable resource. Yet, how often do we just treat it like it's endless or just something to trade for money?
It's a huge disconnect, and one concept that keeps coming up is time affluence versus time scarcity.
Time affluence. I like that.
Yeah. The research basically indicates that how we perceive our time, whether we feel like we have enough of it for what we value, that's a really significant predictor of well-being, sometimes even more than money.
Really? More than money?
Sometimes, yes. Studies have shown, for instance, that people who consciously choose to prioritize time over money tend to report being happier. It's not necessarily about having more hours in the day, because we all get the same 24. It's about feeling control over the hours you do have and using them intentionally.
Okay.
Think about the idea of time confetti. You've heard that one.
Time confetti. No, tell me.
It's those tiny fragmented bits of time scattered through the day. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, often lost to checking emails or scrolling.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
And those little bits prevent us from sinking into bigger, more meaningful blocks of activity.
That's such a great visual time confetti,
Mm.
because it really does feel like our time gets shredded sometimes by just demand,
Oh, yeah, I
external
feel
stuff.
that.
So this deep dive isn't just about having loads of leisure time, is it? It's more about having, like, autonomy over your time.
Precisely. It's about intentionality. That's the key word.
So what's one practical thing someone could do, based on the sources, to reclaim some of that time affluence?
Well, many sources suggest that even small shifts can make a big difference. So one practical nugget is this. Identify maybe one or two activities that really nourish you, truly.
Okay, like reading or a hobby.
Could be reading, a hobby, spending time in nature, whatever it is for you, and then actively protect time for them in your schedule. Like treat them as non-negotiable appointments.
Like a meeting with yourself.
Exactly. You're prioritizing what brings you alive, making those moments essential parts of your week, even if it's just, say, 30 minutes to start.
That actually leads really nicely into the next pillar, which is love and connection. We all sort of intuitively know this is important, right?
You do, yeah.
But what do the sources actually tell us about its tangible impact on a rich life? Beyond just, romantic relationships.
Oh, the evidence here is just overwhelming. There's the Harvard study of adult development. It's the longest running study on happiness ever.
Wow.
And it found very clearly that close relationships, far more than money or fame, are what keep people happy and healthy throughout their lives.
Not money or fame, but relationships.
Right. And crucially, it's not about the number of friends you have or whether you're in a committed relationship. It's the quality of those close connections.
Quality over quantity.
Absolutely. Their conclusion was that strong social ties are profoundly protective for our bodies and our brains. And conversely, loneliness.
Well, it's been shown to be as detrimental to your health as smoking or obesity.
Wait, it's bad as smoking. That's huge.
It is huge. It really reframes what health means.
Yeah.
Our sources really emphasize that a rich life is built on these strong, supportive bonds, family, friends, community. It's about feeling seen, heard, supported.
And giving that back too, presumably.
And absolutely giving it back. That reciprocity is key. So that's a powerful finding. How can we, actively cultivate these deeper connections when everything feels so digital and maybe a bit superficial sometimes?
Well, the sources suggest focusing on simple, consistent acts, small things, like showing genuine interest in other people, asking questions, and really listening to the answer.
Active listening.
Yes, active listening, offering help sometimes without even being asked. It's these small, consistent investments in relationships that yield these immense returns. It's less about the grand gestures,
Right.
and much more about those everyday moments of shared vulnerability, maybe, and just mutual care.
Okay, shifting gears slightly, let's talk about purpose.
Yeah.
This one can feel kind of abstract, a bit heavy even.
It can feel big, yeah.
Do the sources help break this down into something more, actionable, more understandable for someone just trying to live that richer life?
They absolutely do. Psychologists like Martin Seligman, he has his PERMA model of well-being.
Okay, yeah.
He emphasizes that meaning and accomplishment are critical parts of a flourishing life. But purpose, you see, it isn't necessarily about finding one single grand world-changing mission.
That's a relief.
Right. It's more about having a sense of direction, feeling that your life has significance, maybe, and contributing to something larger than just yourself.
Okay, so where can you find that?
It could be in your work, sure, but it could also be in your hobbies, your community involvement, how you raise your family. Often it's about figuring out your core values and then trying to align your actions with them.
Aligning actions with values.
Exactly. And when you feel that sense of purpose, even if it feels small sometimes, it gives you a kind of resilience when things get tough.
So it's maybe less about being some kind of visionary leader and more about finding meaning in the everyday. Is that fair?
I think that's a great way to put it, finding meaning in the everyday.
So for someone listening who feels like maybe they're just going through the motions, how does the research suggest they might start to uncover that sense of purpose?
Well, many of our sources recommend starting with some self-reflection, asking yourself questions like, when do I feel most engaged and energized? Or what problems in the world, big or small, do I genuinely care about? Or even, what skills do I actually enjoy using, even if they're not part of my job description?
Right.
Sometimes purpose just emerges from being of service to others, even in really small ways. It's usually less of a sudden eureka moment
Right.
and more of a gradual discovery, something you find through trying things, through action, and then reflecting on it.
Okay. And our final pillar, presence. Oh, man, in our
Aw.
hyper-distracted world, this feels like maybe the ultimate luxury
Yeah.
or even a superpower.
It really does feel that way sometimes, doesn't it? A superpower.
What insights do our sources offer on cultivating genuine presence, being here now?
You've really hit on a critical point. Many thinkers, like Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, he coined the term flow state.
Ah, yes.
Right. He describes presence or flow as being completely immersed in an activity. You lose track of time, you lose that sense of self-consciousness. It's when your skills are perfectly matched to the challenge.
Those moments are amazing.
They are. But beyond those peak flow experiences, our sources emphasize that everyday presence is really just about being where you are, fully engaged with what you're doing right now.
Instead of letting your mind race ahead.
Exactly, or dwelling on the past. We know the negative impacts of constant distraction are huge decreased focus, increased anxiety. It's all well documented.
Yeah, I can certainly relate to that racing mind problem. It's constant.
Me too.
So if true presence is about being fully engaged, maybe even finding flow sometimes, what are some practical steps? Something someone could try today, based on the material, to cultivate more of it.
Well, the simplest step, though, often the hardest, is to consciously limit distractions. Just try it.
Easier said than done.
I know, but maybe try single tasking for specific periods. Put the phone away, close the extra tabs. Another thing is practicing mindful observation. Just noticing things, the sights, the sounds, the sensations around you, even if just for a couple of minutes.
Like a mini meditation.
Sort of, yeah. And another powerful insight from the sources is scheduling unplugged time each day.
Unplug time.
And it's not just about turning off the devices, it's about creating actual empty space. Space for reflection or creativity or just being. It lets your mind rest and reset, which actually makes genuine presence more attainable later.
So when you pull it all together, this deep dive really shows you don't have to chase after some idea of a rich life like it's a destination way off in the distance.
No, not at all.
And you can actually create it slowly, softly, just by the way you choose to live each day, by the love you give, the time you protect, the depth you choose, even just by the way you really see what's already around you.
And connecting that back, it means you already have enough to begin.
Yeah.
Right now, exactly as you are.
That's powerful.
It is, because we so often wait, don't we? We wait until things are perfect or until we feel fearless or until life calms down.
Guilty.
We all are. But the truth is, life is always going to be a little messy. Growth doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It just begins with small steps, often imperfect steps.
So the rich life you're actually longing for,
Yeah.
it doesn't live out there in the future somewhere.
No.
It lives in how you treat today, right now.
Exactly.
You don't need more permission from anyone. You don't need to fix everything first. You just need to look at what you already hold, your time, your connections, your unique sense of purpose, your ability to be present, and just take one gentle step forward.
You're not behind. You're not too late. Honestly, you're right where you need to be to begin again, right now. So maybe let your next choice be a kind one to yourself. Let your next thought be a gentle one. And let your next step, however small, be toward the life that, as our sources seem to suggest, is already right here wanting to meet you.